What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the Sunday, September 21st, 2025 Helium Miner Update coming to you from our rainy and relatively cold headquarters here in Alpine, Wyoming. There you go. That's what we're looking at right now. It's rain. I'm getting wet. Very peak. You can barely see over there. We're about 5,600 feet elevation here. That's about 9,700 feet. So that is what is going on. And cool, camera still doesn't have water in it on it. Anyhow, had a lot of fun here. We were out in the rig this yesterday, today over on the BLM. Got back just in time for it to not be for it to dry out. Actually, you can check out on the channel there. We got some videos there with the Airstream Interstate, tips, tricks, things we've learned since we've had it, and just us traveling around in it. So yeah, check out on the channel. You can see that. So anyhow, helium miner update. We've got 4 MMTD helium miners. I'm gonna get here underneath the porch. It's gonna be a little drier. Yeah, it's about 55 degrees or so. But anyhow, we've got 4 MMTD helium miners. We've got one here in Alpine, Wyoming. We've got one in Kona. Actually just was over in Jackson the other day picking up my wife. She was over in Kona for a few weeks. Nice weather. Probably a little bit warmer there right now. It'd be nice to be swimming in the ocean. Got 2 miners in Portland, and then we've got the one here in Alpine, Wyoming as well. And these are MMTD miners. Gotten questions on the channel as far as people getting them secondhand. If you get them factory direct, there's various different manufacturers. No issues there. But if you do get them from a secondary source, just be careful. There's not a crypto wallet attached to them, because if you do, then you'll end up having a paperweight there. So just giving you that friendly advice, because we've seen those channel questions come out over the channel. As far as just market overview here, Bitcoin about 115,000. While I'm doing the live stream here, it seems like we've got a little bit of a ceiling there. Obviously, we did have the halving on the Helium system back at the beginning of August, and so kind of still seeing the effects of that as far as just decrease in earnings and just tighter margins all around for everyone. I think what people are seeing. But good news is on these helium miners, typically 5 watts of power, so you're not burning a whole lot of electricity using them. As far as other market updates, IoT, that was token we had previously been earning on the miners, 0.000378 dollars per token, down about 8%. Altcoins typically been down a little bit this week. HNT trading at Helium trading at $2.49, down about 11% or so for the week. Bitcoin, like I said, 115,400 right now, and then finally Solana, track that too, $237.66, down about 4% as well. Yeah, the market in general has been doing well, just as far as NASDAQ, S&P hitting new highs. But crypto has been taking a little bit of a break here. So as far as our miners, our Kona miner, that one's sitting in a hexagon with a couple of other miners. And again, when I refer to hexagon, if you look at the Helium map, that's typically how the world in the Helium ecosphere is divided up into. And if you're going to put a miner up, it would be well served to look at that. As far as where you're going to locate the miner, because then you can see if you've got other miners there in your direct location, so you would be doing revenue sharing if you are sharing some space there. So we are in Kona, and again, one of the things we bring here on the channel that's a little unique is that we've got these miners in different locations. Kona being tropical area, higher cost of living, Portland being more urban, and then finally Alpine here being a rural setting. So Kona, that one earned 0.117 Helium tokens, and again, that's been down since the halving. It's we're not seeing as much of a decrease here anymore, so it's starting to stabilize. Down about 5% or so for the week, and again, 0.117 Helium tokens are in there with 2 other miners. that it's revenue sharing with. Portland 1, sitting in the that's our little office building there we've got in Alpine, or excuse me, in Portland. That one is sharing Hexagon there with 5 other miners. That one's at 0.049 helium tokens for the week, so you can definitely tell the difference there as far as that revenue sharing that has to occur. Those earnings also are down about 19% or so for the week. Portland 2, that one's sitting in a Hexagon by itself, so no direct revenue sharing there. That one's at 0.184 helium tokens for the week, which is actually the most out of the miners. That one's also down there about 5% or so for the week. And then finally Alpine, big fat goose egg, if you've been following along. That's just been going on the last 4 or 5 months now. There is, we're the only miner there in the Hexagon, but what ends up happening is without other miners there to ping off of, it's not doing any useful work there as far as that decentralized IoT network is concerned. Totaling up here, 7-day earnings, getting 0.35 helium tokens. So again, roughly about half or so what we had been earning. Actually a little bit less. We'd been about 1 helium token or so per week that we've been doing previously, before the halving. So that's come down. 30-day earnings, Kona Miner 0.53 helium tokens. Portland 1 is at 2.259 helium tokens, and then finally Portland 2 there by itself, 0.831 helium tokens, and again, big fat goose egg for Alpine. So the miner that is in the Hexagon by itself has been doing the best, followed by the miner there in Kona. Again, higher cost of living, less people having the helium miners set up, so that ends up helping a little bit out on the earnings. And then finally that Portland miner, Portland 1 location where it's sharing, and it's in a more urban location there over in northwest Portland, if you know that area. That one is in 3rd place there. Totaling up 30-day earnings here, so you can compare that with what you're doing or what you're thinking about doing. 1.620 helium tokens, and then like we do here every week, we take this and we convert to dollars and cents and do an ROI calculation, and it looks like at $2.49 per token. The 7-day earnings is a whopping 87 cents. Wow. So again, this is, by the way, hobby only, no financial advice, so just doing this for fun. And then taking our 30-day earnings, and that ends up being at $2.49 per token, $4.03. Another whopping total there. And then to calculate our ROI, return on investment, what we've been doing is taking the 30-day earnings, dividing by 30 to get the daily rate, and then we extrapolate that out, multiplying by 365 days for the year, and then divide by the capital investment, and we do that, and we end up with an ROI of a whopping 3.1%. So yeah, less than treasury bills. So, but again, this is a hobby, just doing this for fun, so no big deal. But 3.1%. About as low as we've seen it. I think we were about 3.1 last week, and before that I think we were 3.7, but far cry from the 12, 13, 14% earlier on in the year that we've been seeing. So that's what's going on, and you can take a look and see if that makes it worthwhile for you to get into this, or to just be able to see what we're doing here as far as different areas with the helium miners, kind of trying to help you out there. So that is about it, and I'm actually going to get out from underneath the porch, since it is a little break in the action. Actually, yeah, for flight does look like there's going to be a little bit less rain here in the next hour, so kind of nice to maybe get out and get a few things done here outside and not get soaked. Oh, yeah, you can take a look. There you go. That's what it's looking like in Alpine right now. It looks like we do have some clearing coming up. Maybe off in the distance. Was looking over one of the webcams in Afton down 32 miles to the south, home of Aviat Aviation. And it looks like they're drying out a little bit, so we'll see. Hopefully it's going to help out some of the wildfires here, though. There is a fire crew working out of the airport, flying an AS-350 Airbus helicopter around to do some firefighting. So anyway, that is the update from Alpine this week. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend watching the NFL. I'm going to go check out the Cowboys. Hopefully they'll win, go to 2-1, and we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully, again, you're having a great Sunday, and we'll see you for the update next week. Peace.